Chapter 5. The Bridge of Trembling Glass. Beyond the ruined town, the world opened into a river valley. The trees fell away, replaced by a silent expanse of black water that looked too still to be natural. The river did not ripple under the wind. It did not reflect the stars. It lay like an ink blot poured across the land. Leo approached carefully, boots crunching over frosted stones. At the river's edge stood a bridge. It was not wood, not stone. It was made of glass, perfectly transparent, as if carved from frozen air. It stretched across the black water in a single gentle arch. A faint vibration ran through it, like the hum of a distant bell. Leo stared down through the glass and saw the darkness below. Something moved down there, not shapes he could identify, not animals, but shifting shadows that drifted slowly like underwater dancers. He swallowed hard and placed one foot onto the bridge. A clear note chimed, beautiful and unsettling, like a crystal being tapped. The vibration passed up through his leg and into his chest. He took another step. The black water below brightened not with light, but with images, as if the river were a screen. Leo saw Maya trudging through a snowstorm, her hair whipped by wind, her scarf torn away. He saw her trapped in a cave, calling his name as the walls narrowed. He saw her standing on the edge of a cliff, looking down as if deciding whether to leap. Leo's heart clenched. No, he whispered, though he didn't know if he was speaking to the river or to himself. He moved forward anyway, step by careful step. Each time his boot touched the glass, the bridge chimed softly, as if counting his fear. Halfway across, the shadows in the water rose closer. Long, slender figures, humanoid but made of darkness, glided beneath the surface with slow, ballet-like motion. They did not attack the bridge. They simply pointed. They pointed at each vision, as if presenting them, as if saying, "Look, this is what you came for. This is the truth you will find." Leo gripped the glass railing, knuckles white. His stomach churned. He wanted to look down, to search the images for clues, anything that would tell him where Maya was. But the visions were not answers. They were nightmares. The depth dancers moved in circles beneath him, their pointing hands patient and relentless. A crack sounded. Leo looked down, not at the water, but at the bridge itself. Fine fractures spiderwebbed from beneath his boots. The bridge was trembling harder now, responding to his fear like a living thing. If he panicked, it would break. Leo closed his eyes, but the images burned behind his eyelids. His breath came fast. He tried to calm himself, but the fear felt too big, too real. Then a memory surfaced, not a nightmare, but a lesson. Maya had once taken him outside when clouds hid the stars. Leo had complained he couldn't see the sky. Maya had smiled and said, "If you can't see the sky, feel the earth. Trust what's under your feet." Leo opened his eyes and forced them forward. He did not look down. He fixed his gaze on the far bank, on a single gnarled pine tree whose branches reached like arms toward the moon. He focused on the physical reality of the glass under his boots, cold, solid, present. He acknowledged the fear without feeding it. "I see you," he whispered, not to the visions, but to the dread in his own chest. "But you are not my guide." He took another step. The depth dancers pointed faster now, as if desperate for his attention. The visions below sharpened, trying to hook him. But Leo kept his gaze locked ahead. He moved slowly, deliberately, as if each step were a vow. The bridge's trembling softened. The cracks stopped spreading. The dancers' forms blurred at the edges, like smoke losing shape. Their power was not strength, Leo realized. It was focus. They needed him to stare at the worst possibilities until he believed them. Denied that, they began to fade. The images in the water dimmed. The river returned to ink-black stillness. When Leo's foot finally touched the far bank, he almost collapsed with relief. He stepped off the glass and onto solid earth, the frost crunching under his boots. Behind him, the bridge gave one final, clear chime, like a note of recognition, and fell silent. Leo stood shaking, not from cold, but from the effort of choosing where to look. He turned his face to the stars. They drifted slowly above, indifferent but steady. He pulled his scarf tighter. Then he walked on. The air is colder here. Frost crackles under Leo's boots as he approaches the river's edge. Before the glass bridge stands a figure made of frosted glass and crystal shards, the sentinel of echoes. The sentinel's featureless face shimmers, showing the empty square and turning mannequins from the town of borrowed faces. This bridge crosses only those who dare gaze into the depths. I'm afraid that even if I find Maya, I won't be enough. That I'll be too late, or too small, or too broken to help. Fear acknowledged is the first step across. Pass, but know this, the bridge will test what you've just confessed. The sentinel steps aside. Leo approaches the bridge, his heart pounding. As his foot touches the glass, a single pure bell tone chimes through the night air. He takes another step, and another. The black water below begins to glow with terrible visions. Maya in a snowstorm, Maya trapped, Maya lost. No. He whispers this to the air, to himself. He keeps walking. Halfway across, the bridge flips like a mirror. For a heart-stopping moment, he's standing upside down, then right side up again. And standing before him is Mirror Leo, identical in every way except the star on his scarf is black. Do you really think you can find her? Perhaps she doesn't want to be found. Perhaps she left because of you. You're not real. You're just my doubt. Aren't I the most real part of this journey? The part that knows the truth. The depth dancers rise from the black water, pointing at the visions. But one separates from the rest, the lamenting leader, a dancer with starlight speckling its dark form. Stay. Look. We will show her to you, safe and warm, every day. No more searching. No more fear. In the water, a new vision forms. Maya in a cozy room with books, smiling, safe. But there are no doors or windows. That's not her. That's just what I want to see. He presses the silver star of his scarf against the glass. Light flares from the contact point. The cozy room vision shatters like broken stained glass. Ah, you choose the harder truth. Very well. The mirror Leo shatters into 1,000 fragments that melt back into the bridge. But now the bridge itself is cracking. Fine fractures spiderweb from where Leo stands. At the bridge's highest arch, he sees at the bridge heart, a crystal pulsing with frantic light, absorbing all the fear energy. It's going to break the whole bridge. He has seconds to decide. He could smash the heart and try to leap to safety. Or He unwraps his scarf, the silver star glowing fiercely. He wraps the fabric around the frantic bridge heart. Immediately, every terrible vision assaults him at once, a torrent of snowstorms, collapsing caves, endless falling. He screams, but doesn't let go. I see you. I see all of you. But you won't stop me. The crystal under the scarf begins to clear, like ice melting from the inside out. The frantic light calms to a steady pulse. The cracks stop spreading, then begin to mend themselves. He stumbles the last few steps, collapsing on the far bank. Behind him, the bridge gives one final, pure chime. Then something unexpected happens. The lamenting leader rises from the water once more, not with a vision, but holding something dark and teardrop-shaped. You looked away from the easy nightmares. Take this truth instead. A piece of black glass lands at Leo's feet. When he picks it up, it clears in his hand, becoming perfectly transparent. Inside, he sees a memory he never knew he had. Maya, the night before she disappeared, secretly placing a smooth lucky stone in his backpack. She kisses his sleeping forehead before slipping out of his room. She did believe in me. She really did. From the fading light of the bridge, a crystal butterfly emerges, born from the last of the transformed fear energy. It settles on his shoulder, its wings making faint bell-like sounds with each movement. Leo stands, examining the ancient stone watchtower ahead. A weathered plaque warns in runes. Around the tower's base lie the remains of other children's journeys, small coats, rusted tin cups, and in one, a sketchbook page showing the same depth dancers. I'm not the first, but maybe I can be the one who makes it further. He places the tear glass in his satchel beside Maya's sketchbook. The crystal butterfly glows softly on his shoulder. Every step forward makes the way back disappear. But maybe that's the point. He turns toward the swirling mists ahead. The plaque's warning is clear. You have crossed the chasm of doubt. Ahead lies the hall of memory. Beware what you remember and what you forget. A small figure with a tiny light on his shoulder walks into the deeper dark.